Jack Gavin wants to know if there's any chance that Paul Rudd would also be dropping out of Ant-Man.
No, they asked his, Hollywood Reporter specifically asked his reps, and his rep said, no, Paul's still on board. Do you guys hear anything different?
No, but I think they all signed their contracts, so that even if they wanted to, they can't get out of it.
I don't think he would want to. I mean, he's leading a superhero.
He's leading a Marvel property. Right. Yeah, he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Nathan Elliott wants to know if we think we'll see Magneto's other child, Polaris, in the X-Men films.
I don't think so. It is really interesting that Magneto, that Michael Fassbender did confirm that in the movie, Quicksilver is his son. So that's pretty cool, even though they don't really go into that in the film. But he said that publicly, so it's not a spoiler. It's something he said at the press junket, totally open and public information. But I don't think they will, personally. Do you think they will?
I thought the little kid was Scarlet Witch, but people have been telling me that that little girl that was with Quicksilver at the end was Polaris.
Was actually
so
Polaris,
maybe.
Wow. Yeah, I would be surprised. But if we're going into the 80s in the third movie, why not? That'd be great.
Who knows? Okay, what's next?
Jonathan Barboza wants to know, when movies have delayed openings from foreign to domestic, like Snowpiercer, have you ever heard of it being for reshoots?
That's a good question. I mean, no, I'm going to say yes, I have heard of that happening before where, like, especially with the Weinstein Company. The Weinsteins are not afraid to take a movie, a foreign film, and bring it to the U.S., but then they think, okay, we think this will work in the U.S. market if we make these changes. So I know the Weinsteins have done it. I'm pretty sure I think Lionsgate has done it too at some point, but specific titles are eluding me right now off the top of my head. If you guys know of any specific films that have done stuff like that?
Not foreign films?
Yeah, that's been brought over to a North American market and then had changes done before it was released.
Not specifically, and not so much reshoots, but re-edits.
A lot, yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Yeah, re-edits, and I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Snowpiercer.
Yeah, me too.
And also, they're releasing the uncut version of Snowpiercer here. So all those delays and everything, where the Weinsteins were going to cut it, then they finally were like, all right, we're not going to cut it. We're just going to release it as is.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, so we're going to get the actual real version, which is exciting.
Interesting. All right, what's next?
Dead James wants to know, do you think that if they don't use Deadpool again soon, it will be harder to do a standalone film for loss of interest?
No. The absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't think... Like, we've gone how long without a Deadpool movie?
Right.
I don't think waiting 5 more years is going to make people lose interest. And once again, don't forget this. We travel in the 1% circle of sweaty comic book nerds where it means something to us, right? My cousins don't know who the hell Deadpool is, and they don't care, and they represent the 99%. So maybe, you know, that fever pitch of a Deadpool movie amongst us 1%ers might come down a bit the longer we wait. For the general audience, it's not going to matter, because when they get introduced to a Deadpool movie, it's going to be their first exposure to a Deadpool, so it's really not going to have any impact. Do you guys see it any other way?
I hope they kind of reintroduce him, maybe a cameo in something like the next X-Men movie or something like that.
Well, they're talking about an X-Force movie, which would be perfect to introduce him.
Like that. That way it can catapult him into his own standalone.
Yeah, Schnapp?
Yeah, I agree. It's like, I think Deadpool has a great run going on by Jerry Duggan and Brian Posehn right now, but that's that 1%, the sweaty nerds. None of us are outside of that. So we can talk about Deadpool and comics, but then we're in like this weird tiny crystal bubble, and then there's the rest of everybody who all they know about Deadpool is, yeah, wasn't Ryan Reynolds Deadpool? I didn't like that when he had his mouth sewed shut. It was stupid. Yeah. So they don't know anything about the comic book character.
Yeah, I mean, I could say to you guys right now, I could say to you, look at you and say, let's talk about Cable. And when they introduce Cable, how do you think they'll use the techno-organic virus in that sort of storyline? And we'll all go, well, let's think about that. 99% of the planet will go, what the hell are you talking about?
You mean my cable from a VCR? What are you talking about? Yeah.
All right, let's do one more question and we'll end it up today.
Caleb Danger says, hey, is the Academy ready to nominate genre actors like Serkis and Dawn of Apes or McAvoy in X-Men Days of Future Past this year?
Well, I mean, the Academy has already nominated and awarded genre actors. I mean, we saw it with Heath Ledger. I mean, so I think the Academy's already there. McAvoy's performance in this movie was incredible. But I got to tell you, I've seen a couple of other really incredible performances this year in films that aren't going to cross the $100 million mark. And we still got a lot of the year to go. Okay. So don't jump up and down in a fiery rage. If McAvoy doesn't get nominated for Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor, it would probably be Best Lead Actor, because you got to take into consideration who did get nominated and were they deserving? And 99% of the time, they do. What do you guys think?
I don't think he's going to get nominated. Not because he doesn't deserve it, just even though they have nominated and awarded to genre movies in the past, it is kind of like you have to be even higher than like a regular drama.
Yeah, plus McAvoy is not the lead in X-Men. If anything, it would be a supporting role.
Maybe.
But and Circus, they don't have an area yet for
performance capture,
capture, or digital makeup, or anything. And if you're going to nominate him, you're going to have to nominate like the 30 dudes who animated him as well.
Yeah, well, I disagree with you on that, but we've had that debate before. Yeah. But I mean, it's hard to even talk about Circus because we haven't seen Planet of the Apes yet, or Dawn of the Planet of the Apes yet. So, I mean, we have no idea if it's really a special performance or not, so why speculate
But going from the just Rise of the Planet of the Apes, where he did that.
He was sick good. That was so good.
Hey, everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.